Today's video is sponsored by ExpressVPN. One-click protection for all your devices. Securing yourself couldn't be easier. Visit expressvpn.com/inside. A new report has confirmed that Bethesda's much-anticipated sci-fi RPG, Starfield, won't be coming to the PS5. The confirmation comes from GamesBeat's Jeff Grubb, who said, "That shouldn't surprise too many people after Xbox boss Phil Spencer said in March that Microsoft acquired Bethesda to add exclusives to Xbox Game Pass. But I've separately confirmed that this situation applies to Starfield through sources familiar with the decision." Now, that's obviously not an official confirmation from Xbox or Bethesda themselves, but Grubb is a well-known games writer with a history and growing reputation in the industry for separating rumors from fact. While the GamesBeat article ends with a prediction that the next Elder Scrolls game will also very likely be a Microsoft platform exclusive, there is some precedent for why all Bethesda games going forward won't be exclusives. For starters, Bethesda made a contractual obligation with Sony for Deathloop to be a PlayStation exclusive before the Microsoft deal was complete, meaning the obligation has to be honored even under new ownership. Now, while that likely means a theoretical Deathloop 2 would be off the hook, there could be some other contractual obligations for other games that we don't know about yet. For example, Disney could have put it in ink that they want that new Indiana Jones game being developed by Bethesda to launch on as many platforms as possible, sort of like how the MLB brought the show 21 to Xbox. Another theoretical example, Epic has been aggressively paying for timed exclusives on PC, and they could have approached Bethesda about the next Wolfenstein game before Microsoft's acquisition. However, as we get further away from the acquisition, the less likely these types of scenarios will become. The other element at play here is that Microsoft openly supports crossplay and IPs it owns on other platforms. Minecraft is still fully supported on Switch and PlayStation, for example, and Minecraft Dungeons, a separate standalone game, even released on Switch and PlayStation 5. Since Mojang was also acquired by Microsoft, it has a lot of PlayStation players hoping Microsoft would treat Bethesda games in the same way. However, Jeff Grubb explained in his GamesBeat article, the difference is that Minecraft is a platform unto itself with millions of active players and in-game transactions. And a platform like that thrives when it's available everywhere. The idea is pretty simple. Microsoft isn't just selling millions of extra copies of a game like Minecraft on other platforms, but gaining access to long-term customers who will potentially spend money in the game for years to come. Arguably, it's that additional value that makes it worth putting a game on other platforms as opposed to bolstering up the value of the Xbox platform as a whole with exclusives. In theory, we could see this approach to any Xbox or Bethesda games as service going forward, like the Elder Scrolls Online, which is also already supported on PS4 and PS5. However, for new or upcoming standalone games without a social element or microtransactions, it's pretty clear Microsoft intends to keep those as exclusive experiences. According to industry analysts like Nico Partners' Daniel Ahmad, the thought is that with Game Pass becoming a central focus for Xbox, the best play is to increase the value of the service with awesome games you can't get anywhere else to entice more players to sign up for a subscription. And that's nothing new really, since exclusives have been leveraged in a similar way since the earliest inception of the console wars. But what do you think? Will Microsoft eventually lock up all these Bethesda titles forever? Or are you still holding out hope that those bigger Bethesda games make their way to other platforms? Let us know in the comments, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.